On this episode of Hudson Valley Hustle, I'm joined by Bryanna Russo. Bryanna owns Furever Friends Family in Hopewell. They do pet adoptions, grooming, retail, anything to do with pets. She's done so much in just 4 years of being in business. I think you're going to get a ton of value out of this episode. Enjoy. Tell me a little bit about Furever Friends Family. What exactly is it? What do you do? And
we do everything pet related. So our purpose and our goal is to help families give their pets the best life and understand them. And so this way they're able to give them the best lives. Because a lot of people don't know. They just go into a store, they get whatever is recommended to them or whatever's there. They don't have help. So we're here to do everything. We do grooming, training, pet sitting, daycare. Daycare is unique in its own, they're all unique in their own way. We have puppies for adoption. We do rescue. And we also have puppies from sale from family breeders. If you're looking for a working breed, we do that too. So we don't discriminate. We try to do everything. Every family is different and every puppy's different. Every breeder's different. Every rescue's different. So we match make. We do it all. You need your dog groomed, we're here. You need your dog watched while you go on vacation, we love them like you love them. So we really do everything.
that's great. Is it just dogs?
Cats too, reptiles. I mean, call us. You got an alligator, we'll figure it out.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So you said you have dogs for adoption. Do you do cats for adoption as well, or mainly dogs?
We just got our rescue license in July, so we're starting to figure out what part of the facility we're donating towards the rescue side of it, what part of the facility goes towards the other side of it. So as the situations come up, like people call all the time, can you help me rehome this? Can you help me rehome that? So we match make. We just don't advertise it a lot, but we're going to start doing it more where those things that come up, we do advertise it and show the world what we're doing. We've just been so busy doing it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really neat. So you'll match people up with animals. So you're like a matchmaking service for...
Yeah, it's a matchmaking service. We even have a pet social networking app you can download.
Really? What does that do?
You make your pet a profile, you put their photos on it, you put your details on it, and then you could search. So if you want to search the specific breed, let's say you have a, Dogo Argentino, and you want to look for other ones, it'll show you who has what near you. So it's like Facebook, Tinder, pet stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a dog, but so I assume like if I want to hang out with somebody that has dogs or so is that what it's for, or is it for?
It's more for your pet's enjoyment. If you want to have a play date with another pet, if you're looking to breed and you want to see who's breeding, if you're looking for pet information, like let's say you have a Yorkie and you want to know other Yorkie stuff by Yorkie owners, you could just message them, chat, talk. You can see who has what, where near you. So it's really social networking.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Okay. So
for the dogs.
Yeah, they just can't swipe.
No.
Right? Yeah. No
the people
thumbs,
do the
right?
swiping.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what got you into this then? So, and how long have you been doing it, and what got you into it?
It found me. So I've always had a love for animals as a kid. Always. It just happened to, with great guidance, a woman saw potential in me to be a dog behaviorist and a trainer, and it just found me. So with great mentorship, I actually flourished and actually became a mentor for other people. So I trained for PetSmart, Petco, Animal Behavior College. I'm over here teaching and educating lots of people to become an animal behaviorist, and I never even went to school for it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's just, how do you learn? How does somebody learn something like that?
I guess like the old school ways, you have a great mentor-apprentice relationship, where nowadays we're more school-based in colleges, and not everything's needed a degree. So as long as you learn and you're good at it and you have a skill set and a will, you can master anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, I started this business almost 10 years ago, and YouTube has been my friend, especially when you're in the creative and video space. And I know YouTube has been, it's huge. Like you can learn
it's huge.
Anything you need. It's pretty cool. But that's awesome. I love that. So
that's how it started.
When was that? When?
I want to say I started training animals maybe from 2009 to 2018.
Okay.
And then went out on my own, started training a little bit more. And then I was like, I'm just going to trust in myself and bet on myself. So I opened a company in 2020. During the pandemic, I opened the location where we do grooming, training. We didn't do pet sitting quite yet then. I did it myself. Holistic, raw, organic supplies, no byproducts, no fillers. So if you go to my store, you don't need to ask for help. Everything's healthy. but we help you with everything.
Gotcha. That's cool. So you started the store in 2020? Did you?
Yeah.
You started with a physical location right off the bat?
Right in Wappingers.
That's great. Okay. And then now you moved. So was it an expansion that caused you to move, or just better space, or like why are you in a different spot now than you were just 4 years ago?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I rented a property. I just started a business 2020, rented. You have to have 2 years of taxes to buy, things like that.
Yeah.
So I worked really, really hard. We worked really hard. And we just bought a property in April. Well, February. We opened in April. So we relocated. So the home base is in Hopewell.
That's great. So you bought the location.
Yeah, we bought it.
That's huge. So in just 4 years, you've been able to buy your own spot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, so it better suits you than what you were renting, I assume?
Oh, absolutely. So we went from 3,800 square feet to 5,500 square feet in an acre. And honestly, we're at capacity. We need maybe like 10 acres.
That's cool.
Which I'm looking at other locations in Connecticut, and, we're going to venture all over.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Did you think when you started this 4 years ago that this is where you would be?
Yes, I plan ahead.
Okay.
I set goals and I achieve them.
That's great. How detailed were you when you were making that plan?
Very detailed. It's usually to the T.
Is that how you are just in general?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't dream. I set goals and I achieve.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. That's
a lot
cool.
of work.
Yeah, well, I know some people are like that, right? Like some people have to have everything kind of planned out and look ahead. I'm the opposite of you.
Right.
I'm more of like a, ready, fire, aim type of a person.
Yeah.
So, but I could see both sides of that where like, if you know where you're going,
right,
that's half of the battle, right?
Yeah.
And you've got that kind of planned out.
And just achieve.
Did that, so you're like that with everything pretty much? Like,
pretty much. I'm go with the flow if things take a turn, but I have my eyes on something, I go for it. And I get it at all costs.
That's good. Did you always know that you wanted to own something? As far as like the business side of things, like, did you always know that you wanted to do things for yourself, or were you kind of like somebody that worked for somebody and then was like, you know what, the heck with it, I want to go do it on my own? I
naturally, whatever it is I'm doing, I master it, and it tends to become better than who was there teaching me. So it works out in a sense where I do it on my own because it clashes with the vision of their vision and my vision. So it's best for me to work on my own and grow my own. I did great working under somebody, but I have more creativity space working for myself. And I can put all my energy into myself and be appreciated, where other people aren't going to appreciate you like you can appreciate yourself.
Sure. No, that's good. Yeah, that makes sense. But do you have others that work for you now? Do you have a team?
Yeah.
Or how big is your team?
It was as big. It was as much as like 16 people this year, but we're pretty good at 12 right now.
Okay.
And everybody's amazing. They all have the same passion I do. They're so good. They're so wonderful. They're great with the dogs. They're great with the people.
I would think in a business like that, you kind of have to be, right?
I mean,
you don't want to be a jerk and work with animals.
I couldn't do this without them. They're awesome. Yeah.
Well, you can't grow to the point, especially now to the level that you're talking about growing without those people. Did you start off was it just you when you first started, and how was it to grow that team?
It was me when I first opened the Wappingers location. I was working 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. 6 months straight, 7 days a week. And it was hard. I trained, I did the register, I did the phones. I hired 2 groomers. So I scouted 2 groomers in the area. So I hired 2 groomers, and then just slowly over time, I was able to afford putting somebody in the register, and just over time it grew. And then I hired a trainer, and I stopped training. So now I have a team of trainers that train, and I don't need to train. So now I can focus on growing the business, doing events. We do a lot of events, and somebody's going to replace me soon this month, and then I'm going to focus on Connecticut.
Look at you.
Yeah. So you just replace yourself and grow.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. One of I was a longtime client of mine from years ago. He said something like, look at something that you're doing right now. This task that I'm doing right now, I have to write this check to this person or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, is this something that realistically I should be doing, or that I can have somebody else help me with and do, so I can go focus on other things?
Exactly.
And that was such a good exercise to do with every little thing that you're doing. And sometimes it's easy to just fall into the trap of just doing the same thing every day, but asking yourself, hey, can I delegate this so I can help grow everybody?
Yeah, it's important. And even having your team delegate and grow. I have a great business mentor who helped me learn that. And one of the best things is delegating to grow. It helps so much. Make a do not do list. I always recommend that.
What do you mean?
Something that you do not want to do. So whatever your top 10 things is that you hate doing. I don't want to wash my truck. I don't want to do laundry. I don't want to answer phones or emails. Slowly put somebody in place to do those things so you can focus on what you do want to do. It works amazing.
That's good.
It's so great. And then you can just be creative.
And work on the bigger picture stuff, right? Because
Yep.
again, you're now looking at locations out of state and looking possibly at maybe even franchising one day.
Yeah.
Is that's the
Yep.
goal?
The goal is to franchise. So I'm going to open 3 or 4 stores and then franchise.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
So
then-
it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years that
Almost
since you've
4
been
years.
since you've been on your. That's,
yeah.
yeah.
This December will be 4.
That's great. Good for you.
It's exciting.
What's been the biggest challenge for you then? I know you plan for everything. You can't plan for everything. You try to plan for everything.
Right.
But what's been one of those things that is like, crap, this was not in my business plan?
The biggest challenge, I mean, finding people, that's a difficult one. Finding people with passion and purpose. Everybody's very unhealthy mentally nowadays, and they're lost in just toxic environments. So that's the biggest challenge, is helping people learn about themselves, how to grow mentally, physically, emotionally, being healthy so that they can be great with the business and themselves. So the hardest part is the people, finding good team. But once you have them, just appreciate them and never let them go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So because you got really good at the training aspect of things, right? And then you started your own business, and now all these things, like I'm not just the trainer,
Yeah.
I'm the accountant and the marketing director and the human resource person and all that kind of stuff in the beginning.
Yeah,
Right. Do you think that's something that future entrepreneurs need to really keep that in mind as they're starting what it is they want to do?
You have to let go of control and trust your judgment in who you're letting join your team. So you pick that person, trust yourself. Otherwise, you can't do it all. And if you do focus on doing it all, you're going to be stuck doing it all.
Yeah, it's the worst. Yeah. So you're at 12 is a good number for you as far as where you're at now for team wise, 12 to 16.
This
I think you said?
location is good for that. I mean, between the 3, they'll probably be about 50. So that's exciting
Wait,
to
now you're
learn.
saying, between the 3.
3 locations. Once I have the 3 locations, they'll probably be about 50. But that's something to learn. I didn't go to college for this. So as I'm going on, there's business taxes, there's state taxes, there's employee taxes. Nobody teaches you these things. There's a lot of hidden things.
There's too many taxes.
There's
we'll just
so
say.
much. There's so much. So that's fun to learn as you go too.
It is. Yeah. I mean, when I started out, I was by myself when I first started out, and I didn't know, I was like, I'm going to do everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, I have to, what the hell is this form?
Yeah.
This doesn't what do I have to fill this out for? Oh my God, I have to get this insurance. I have to get this. And then when you bring on people,
They're like, you don't need that.
it's it's also a whole nother world when you bring on staff and team. You're like, oh my God, it could definitely be overwhelming. And that's that part of the thing that I'm trying to share with this in doing all this is like, it's not all, sunshine and rainbows when you're doing this. It's a bit of a grind to do this on your own,
Right.
and especially to grow a team. It's very difficult. It's not overnight. But I like hearing your perspective on having that really detailed plan, because I haven't met too many people that have had everything kind of
They just
set in stone.
What do they just go with the flow?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just go with the flow.
Okay.
I mean, have somewhat of a plan. I had some semblance of a plan when I first started. Obviously, I don't think you could do anything totally blind.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like this well thought out business plan. It was like, I'm going to serve these types of customers, doing these types of things for this long, and then kind of go from there. And then that plan, within a year, got thrown out the window because of the way that things change, and you have to be able to pivot and do things that be able to do things better.
I agree.
So, what's something that you were doing when you first started off? Now that you were like, I can't believe I used to do things that way, because we all have that. But.
Yeah, I was a very stubborn person, but the more I work on myself, I've grown out of things. It was the delegating. That was the hardest part, is letting go of control, giving people passwords and admin access, and, trusting an accountant, trusting a lawyer, but having the solid team that makes things amazing. That was probably the hardest part, other than learning all the lessons and the taxes and fees and permits this, permits that. You just learn as you go.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you can't. It's impossible for somebody to teach that all to you.
Yeah, you have to have the will, though. If you don't have the will, it's not going to work.
It'll break you.
Yeah.
It'll totally break you. I remember when I first started my thing, I left a 6-figure job, and I gave my notice 2 weeks before we found out we were having our first kid.
Oh my God.
So I was like, oh crap.
Wow.
I'm like, this is either going to work or it's going to work.
Right.
And believe me, there's been times where it's like, why am I doing this?
Right.
But for the most part, you have to have the will to just power through, figure out ways to make it work.
Right.
Because somebody's always there to try to take you out.
And you only fail if you give up. You're never going to fail if you keep going.
Yeah. And so honestly, some of the best changes that I've made in business have come from like a gut punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the things that force you to make a decision and do things one way or another.
Yeah.
And it turned out well, but it's easy also. I think it's easy to kind of get comfortable and get complacent in the day to day and kind of get caught up in all that. And it takes one of those moments where it's like, hey, this is not the way this is going to be anymore. You're like, oh crap, I have to do something about this. Those are the points when you really grow, I think.
Yeah, I like to do a lot of self audits. So every 3 months, I revamp the plan, the goals, things like that. How are things going? What do I want to adjust? What were the hard parts this month or that month? And how do we improve on it? So those gut punches are awesome in a sense because they force you to grow, or don't, but we grow.
Yeah. Do you do an audit on your team as well on a regular basis?
Yeah, the store manager does, but we discuss a lot of things. So she's in charge of the team and motivating them, doing audits with them, things like that.
Sure.
Which I let go of the control and trusted her, and she's amazing.
So what's your role now other than looking for other locations and trying to grow in that respect? What are you doing on a day-to-day right now? What does a day look like for you?
A day? Work-wise?
Yeah.
So work-wise, I make sure I always try to focus on the next thing. So right now I'm focusing on the future properties, the future expansion, the franchise setup, growing the team, things like that. A lot of pouring into them because they're amazing and they help run the business. We do a lot of events. So we join events, we host events. So it's a lot of business networking with other local businesses. Other than that, just get to enjoy life.
Other than that, I'm like, that sounds like a lot. It's not like you're just chilling all day.
It's not as hard as 6 a.m. to 2 a.m.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure. But you get to enjoy the benefits of having something kind of run without you, right?
Yeah.
So like if you were to disappear for 5 days, things wouldn't fall apart.
Nope, I have all summer long.
Really? Good for you.
And still growing the business. It's been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. That should be, I think, a goal for every business because it's easy to get tied down with doing the actual job that you don't realize, you don't have something that you can scale. You don't have something that you can sell down the line or duplicate easily if you're super involved in every aspect of the business. Right.
And you always have to grow. So if you don't grow, you're just going to be complacent and it might not keep growing with society. But we're in a great situation where I can put a lot of my energy into the growth and a lot into my family, myself, my friends. I'm going to get stem cells in October. I'm so excited. The business is going to still run and I'm going to get stem cells. Yeah. I'm so excited for that.
That's awesome. I love that. I just love to hear that because like it's great to be able to walk away and have it still do what it's supposed to do.
We can't be there every day, every second.
You'll burn out. I mean, you'll...
It's all about systems. As long as you create a healthy, profitable, strong system, you can just replicate it and let go of control.
Yeah. But that's, like you said, that was hard for you in the beginning, right?
In the beginning.
Who does the hiring? Are you involved in that or does your manager handle that?
Store manager does it.
Oh, that's good for you.
I'm too personal. I understand people. I feel empathetic. I don't want to do the hiring. She's better at it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend who is constantly hiring and he runs the whole business and he's constantly hiring. It's one of the hardest things
it is
that he does. And he's been talking to me so much about finding somebody to be able to delegate that to. Yeah. But that's got to be a pretty high up person in the organization because they're in charge of the people that are representing you in the public. What
we might be doing this month, I'm looking into VAs to kind of like go through all the resumes and send the potentials to
Okay.
the manager to interview.
Gotcha.
This way she saves 10 hours a week
Right.
going through all these pointless these pointless resumes. And what does the VA cost? $50, and it saves her 10 hours. Her time is worth much more than $50.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm going to try to look at this week or next week and incorporate to the business.
Gotcha.
It's all about time management.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of spending money to save time.
Yeah.
A lot of people do the opposite. A lot of
Right,
people spend
no.
time to save money, and it's like, actually, no, the time is the thing that you cannot get back. It's the one finite resource. You have no idea how much of it you have.
You have to let money work for you.
Yeah.
Don't work for money,
Yeah.
because
I like that.
that'll set you up to succeed.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. So how has it been though? So you always loved animals, you said, since you were a kid.
Yeah.
One of the things that constantly comes up when I talk to business owners, especially like yourself, where they turned their passion into their business. Do you still have the same kind of love for the animals as you did?
It's even more.
Is it? So,
Oh my
God. I know a lot of times what'll happen is your love will turn into work.
Yeah.
And then it kind of leaves a little bit of a sour taste, right?
get
It happens
that.
sometimes. So I can understand why that happens.
Yeah.
But I think you're in a different position where you're not in that thing every single day
Right.
doing it. And I
Right.
feel like that burnout will create that kind of like resentment for the
Right.
thing that I used to love.
I get it. Because I'm able to grow and delegate and continue to learn and implement things, I've had the opportunity to just enjoy, love. I've never had a call out of my own business. I wake up no matter what and I go and it's fun. We had an event this week in Rhode Island and we had an Airbnb. We had so much fun. The team had fun. It wasn't just me. We all had fun. So we love what we do. We're extending our family. People get a puppy from us. These people will scream a mile away, seeing me down the block, like, "Oh my God, Bryanna!" It just warms your heart. How can you not be happy doing this every day?
That's great. You seem like it. You seem
Oh,
like
I
you
love
just,
it.
yeah,
I love it so much.
that's great.
I don't ever want to do anything else in my life.
Yeah. I think so many people don't have that.
It's
They don't
sad.
get up in the morning and love going to do what it is that they do.
You have to put in the work. There's days I didn't eat, sleep. You have to put in the work. I literally sold everything I had to open this business. Everything, every car, piece of jewelry. I fed my kids, but I didn't eat for a week just to open this business. And it's great. Now I eat whatever I want. You have to put in the work or it won't work. So if you don't have the stomach for hard work, it won't be easy. It will not. But you create what you want to create.
But it's worth it.
It's so worth it. If it was easy, everybody would have it. So
Yeah. It's, people see you now where you're at right now, didn't see the last 4 years, didn't see that week where you weren't, where you
No.
weren't eating like you're supposed to,
Yeah.
right? They don't see that. They just look at you now and be like, oh, it must be nice.
yeah, they
Must
don't
be nice.
understand. They would never sacrifice what I sacrificed, but that's why I have what I have and they have what they have. And everybody has their own purpose. So as long as they're happy, but if you're not, do something about it. I did it and I'm happy now.
Yeah. I just don't like complaining about something that you
Yeah.
can change.
And they don't.
I feel like that happens
know.
way too much because people just love to complain about. It's like, but you can
Yeah.
you can go change that.
Yeah. Same thing. People talk about being healthy. Oh, I wish I had time for the gym. I wake up at 4:00. I will go to the gym every single day. I meditate every single day. I journal every single day. There is time. You're just not choosing to do it. You take the time to watch Netflix, to sit on Instagram. There's time. You're just not willing.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference.
Tell me about the journaling. I'm hearing a lot about this
Yeah.
and
Oh, that's a godsend. That actually started everything. So my routine, everybody's is different. My routine every morning is I'll wake up, I'll journal a couple gratitudes. So when I first started, 3 things I'm grateful for, just help you get a nice mindset.
and you're physically writing this down?
And you
In
can
a
say
notebook?
it too. And then now I don't even keep count of what I write in there. It's just I go till I'm done. And then I'll write down a couple affirmations. So I own Furever Friends Stanford, or I own Furever Friends Hudson Valley for months until it happened.
And you say those as present tense, right?
Yeah,
I've
as you
heard
feel
that
it.
from.
It's as you feel it.
Okay, gotcha.
Whatever. I'm healthy. I'm healed. Whatever it is you want in life, and you see yourself, but you have to believe it. And then I'll write down what I need to do for the day and my daily discipline. So every day, non-negotiable. I read 15 minutes a day, something to, add extra knowledge. I meditate every day, I stretch every day, I work out every day, I eat clean. So whatever I'm doing for the day, I write it all down, daily disciplines. And my business mentor put me onto this. My life changed. It was amazing.
How long you been doing that?
4 years?
Magic.
Yeah, 4 years. And the list just keeps growing. I still have my old journals. If you look at what I wrote 4 years ago, what I was doing and what I'm writing today, it's completely different. It's so much different.
That's really cool.
It really
you
works.
literally wake up and you write in a journal.
Every day. I mean, if one day goes by, whoop-de-doo, but
Sure.
I want to. It's a habit at this point.
Gotcha.
And it's very hard if I don't. If I don't have my notebook with me, I find a piece of paper or a napkin, I'll write it down. It just feels good. And then you subconsciously start working towards those things. The subconscious is very powerful. People don't realize that. They're too in tune with their Instagram and toxins and, whatever, eating junk, eating all this sugar and stuff like that. So I created a healthy mind, and then the business followed.
So you've mentioned your business mentor a couple times. So how did you get connected with them, and what do they do for you?
It's a long story how we met, but he helps businesses and people. He's more of a personal mentor and friend now, but he helped put me on the right mindset to grow personally. It all started emotionally, physically, and then the business comes next.
Okay.
So, just give me a lot of tips and help and advice, and I execute. I don't talk about things. I'm the type, if I say it, I'm already doing it.
Gotcha.
We talk about a vacation, it's already booked.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Gotcha. So that you think that really helped keep you on track or get going in the right direction, having that kind of mentorship?
You should always have somebody, even if you know fitness, you should have a personal trainer. It's good to have somebody that mastered the field they're in, help you, and you could just focus on doing better at it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I hear that a lot. A lot of entrepreneurs, they have my business coach, my mentor, my business mentor. That seems to be a pretty common theme through many that I talk to.
You said you like time management. I don't think about my workouts. My trainer thinks about my workouts. That time I save, I can put towards whatever I want. So you're paying somebody else to help focus on something you need to focus on, and you can just enjoy it. And then now you have that whole extra hour not thinking about your workout to do whatever you want to do. Spend time with your family, your business.
Sure. I also feel like if you pay for something, you value it a little bit more than if you get it for free. Yeah. So
and you take it serious.
Yeah, for some reason you just take it more seriously when you buy it. I don't know what that is. It's just the money that you put adds value to it.
You're appreciating the time to take you to make that money. So it works out.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah,
for some people,
mentorship's super helpful. What other advice do you have for people that are maybe you 4 years ago that are looking to start their own thing or jump off and do their own thing? What do you say to somebody like that?
Have discipline. If it's financial stuff, like if you're trying to save up for a business, work whatever job you're working, maybe devote 20% of your weekend to doing a side job, save up some money. Don't buy Starbucks every day. Save where you can, budget, create systems, figure out plans. But the journaling's amazing for anything in life, even if you don't want your own business. But
everybody wants something, right?
The journaling will help you get whatever you want if you have the will and the drive and the discipline. But make yourself uncomfortable to become comfortable. Yeah.
I just want to ask, because you've mentioned saving a couple times. So a lot of people, when they start off, they go into debt. Now, personally, not a fan of debt. Don't like it. Don't have it.
Right.
Won't have it.
I didn't do it either.
So you bootstrapped this thing?
I didn't have great credit. I had no income. I come from a very unfinancially stable childhood. I had to create it all. I got to create it all from scratch. And it was nice. It's a learning lesson. Would I play with debt now? I mean, now it's a different story.
Right, yeah.
But I didn't have it to play with then. So I just worked really hard. 5 different jobs, whatever I need to do. I sold cars, I sold jewelry, I sold whatever. I just found a way to create, to put towards what I wanted. So I was very disciplined in that sense.
So, but how important do you think that is, especially when you're first starting off? Because I know, listen, it's very easy to, it's not easy, but you can go and figure out ways to borrow money to make something like that happen.
It's a bigger risk.
I just think it's incredibly risky when you're first starting out.
It's a bigger risk because what if it fails, right? Where if I'm investing my money, I believe in it myself. But it's a bigger risk.
You might work a little harder for it too. I feel like if you know that I had to go sell this car to make this happen, like you might work a little bit hard for it and maybe try to protect it a little bit more.
You're all in at that point.
Yeah.
So playing with imaginary money, playing with money you earned, I get that sense.
Yeah.
I did it that way. I preferred it that way, but that was the only choice I had. So I don't really know what I would have did if I had the choice.
Yeah.
But I know I would still made it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. Anything else you want to add to either a business owner or to somebody that doesn't know about you guys or whatever it might be before we finish up?
It's very important to build your team, get a good lawyer, get a good accountant, get a good mentor if you can, and work on yourself.
Nice.
You have to build yourself up.
And journal.
Yeah, and journal. Journal, meditate. Meditation's amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's so good for you.
You do it every day?
Almost every day. I mean, if I miss a day or two, but...
How long are you doing it for? I'm just curious.
It could be 15 minutes. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 30.
Yeah. Do you find it hard to clear your mind? Because I feel like I'm constantly going. I don't know if I'd be able to sit down for 15 minutes and not think about something.
No, but it's okay to think about something. That's the point. Your subconscious will lead you to what you want.
Gotcha.
Just turn off the TV, maybe go outside, get on earth, and it's nice. It's okay to think. You don't have to shut off.
Okay.
Let it think naturally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, this has been great. I enjoy talking to you. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
where can people find your business, you, however you want them to get in touch with you?
We're located at 5 Ryan Drive, Hopewell Junction, New York, 12533. We're on social media, Furever Friends Family, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok's coming, YouTube's coming.
Come on, you got to get on that.
I know.
You got to get on that.
There's a girl that's doing it now, so she's going to be doing all the Instagram stuff.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
That's okay. But you have somebody that you can delegate that to.
Exactly.
That's important.
Yep.
I only say that because that's what we do every single day. That's the content we make for clients is on those platforms. So
really?
You got to get on that. I'm like, don't sleep on it.
Yeah. It's worth it.
It's 100% worth it.
It's worth it.
If you're good at it, it's worth it.
Well, we'll make sure they are.
Yeah, do it. So social media. And if you want to adopt, if you're looking to adopt a pet,
come right in, call us, text us. We'll deliver whatever you need.
Yeah, nice. And I heard you also say that you rehome.
Yeah, so we have a rescue and we also work with family breeders.
Okay.
Whatever the family is looking for, because not everybody should rescue if they can't financially afford possible vet bills.
Right.
Rescues aren't free dogs. And if you can't afford the behavior modification, if the dog has some behavior issues. And not everybody should get a purebred puppy that doesn't know how to handle a German Shepherd. So we matchmake. Whatever fits the family. You have a kid, somebody has autism, they need a more empathetic, emotional, supportive dog, Cavapoos all day.
What is it?
Cavapoos, they're great for that. Oh, I love them for that. If you're looking for, a Rottweiler to guard your property, we got you. Whatever. Every family's different and every puppy's different.
Gotcha.
So we matchmake.
Love it. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. It was great talking to you. And good luck with everything.
Can't
wait to see the other locations that are coming up in the future. It's going to be awesome.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Thank you.